pages and like what they wear. I knew when when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that.
And these were the same women that were hyping him up. This is the same man that all these upright women were hyping up and were saying that he was so much better than a Kevin Samuels. And you know what's crazy? Even despite all of this, women are still going to kiss his ass.
Oh, Mr. Tyrone. First gotta get freaky for you because you love the hoes.
I don't care if they don't like me. I came here to stunt. Yeah. I don't care if they don't.
What's good, everybody? If you're a first time viewer of my content of this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, turn on your notifications, and again, like I said, like the video. Before we get right into it, we are going to be watching a video by it's a podcast where basically they are interviewing Derrick Jaxn's ex-wife, Da'Naia Jaxn. I don't know if from what it says in the caption, I don't know if this is his ex-wife. I think this is his ex-wife. I don't know too much about Derrick Jaxn, but basically she's being interviewed and she's talking about how like the other women that he used to mess with, like there's a different level of trauma in this video. So I just need to warn you that what we are about to get into, crazy. Alright, and we're going to be breaking it down as we go along. We're going to watch it all the way through first, and then we're going to break it down. Alright, so we can, for those, you want to hear it through and why he always pausing. Alright, we're going to hear it all the way through first. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it.
What did that do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
That is some wild stuff. I don't even really think we need to go back and rewatch that and break it down. I think we got everything we needed to hear there. This woman, I knew she was crazy. I didn't know she needed to seek psychological evaluation. I have seen some stuff. I have seen some videos from her, if this is the same lady. I mean, going crazy, saying all type of crazy stuff on TikTok and social media. Just trying to defend herself, and the devil won't get me. And
person speaking against the names Da'Naia Jaxn and Derrick Jaxn in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies. May the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned.
All this hoopla, all that just being a front, and we know what Mr. Derrick Jaxn was up to, and you was holding it down. If anybody's going to be loyal like that, I want somebody like that on my team. This woman was loyal to the core. To the core. Could not tell her otherwise, as disrespected as she was behind the scenes. From the beginning, when we first found out about Derrick Jaxn and how he was holding her hand and everything was, it just seemed like it was fake. It was just made up. Now we get here. Now we get to the truth. If we get to the bottom, you know how in the bottom of a pot with the grits, we get to the nitty gritty, all right? We get into the good stuff. But this woman is mad. But then again, at the same time, you have to look at it in a way of, this woman was so down. This woman's self-esteem was low, to the bottom, like to the bottomless pit low. She was so insecure about herself. She was so needy, so subservient, so overlooking of herself. Thought of herself so inferior that she wanted to imitate. Well, first of all, you looked at videos of women that he had sex with to learn from them on how to please him, just so that he could stay with you or be happy with you, so that he wouldn't keep running outside of your relationship. I understand, like I said before, I understand this woman had like some really low self-esteem. There could have been some very like, emotional and verbal abuse in this relationship. I understand 100%. But ma'am, there could have been another way. Like leaving. Self-respect. In the other scope of this, there's no reason for you to stay to the extent where you have to watch other women that he have sex with to learn from them, to try and match them or top them, just so that you can please him and so that he can stay with you and be happy with you. If you already know and you're very well aware of his lifestyle from jump, you knew what he was about. You knew that you couldn't please him the way that other women could please him. Or rather, you knew that he was promiscuous. Because maybe you can do good in bed. We don't know. But maybe he just have a certain character about himself to where evidently whatever you were offering, not that it wasn't good enough, but it's just not what he wanted. So maybe you have to look at it in that aspect as well. You over here talking about, I was watching other women, several women, not just one tape, 2 tapes, 3 tapes, 4 tapes, more, 5 tapes, 6 tapes, 7 tapes, 8 tapes, more. He got a whole collection in his laptop or something. Like you was watching. And you have to understand the psyche for you to even be okay with seeing your man get busy with other women or maybe somewhere else. On tape. Have you lost your everlasting mind, Mr. Jaxn? I mean, they both have individually lost their mind. But that is just downright ridiculous. This is truly beyond me. I mean, you know, at the end of this, right, to conclude this, like, it's very sad to even hear her backside of this story concerning the basis of their relationship and how their marriage fell apart, their family fell apart, how his children are going to see him. Everything is downright bad. At the end of it, though, a lot of us fellas were right about Derrick Jaxn. We knew he was putting up a front. We knew that he was the automatic simp of the century. It didn't matter how many videos he came out with. It didn't matter how many stories and books that he tried to come out with. It didn't matter how much, women tried to push him and how much he tried to be an advocate and a pander to women who were single or single mothers or baby mamas, whatever the case is. The man had every strategy possible for you to be a panty dropper. Crazy. Outright ridiculous. And the crazier part about this, women are still gonna go to his ass. Because a lot of them women, just like him, ain't shit. So if you see more women support Derrick Jaxn out here, post him. You already know what type of category of womanness they fall in line with. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all personally feel about this in the comments below. Let me know how you personally and respectfully feel about this. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? Was there anything else that I didn't bring up that you want to add on to this conversation? Let that be known in the comments below. Check out the videos at the end of this video. Don't forget to like the video. And until next time, we out.
Long as I got good, black women in the squad.